after full-on cancer care, they keep you in psychiatry and psychology at my hospital. So I still have to work through my brain, which is a good thing. So I'm in the hospital and I am walking into psychiatry, psychology. This is not what I'm walking into. This is the other way. This is at Moore's. Yeah. And this is where I'm going to see my shrink. So I'm sitting in the hospital still waiting for my appointment. And I guess it's a good time to talk about what life is like after cancer. Like the pros and cons and the roughs and the goods. So I guess I'll start with well, everybody knows the pros. I mean, I'm cancer free. So that's really a good pro. That's like number one pro. It's all you need. That outlaws being cancer free. See, my tattoo is colored in. I'm so bad at this kind of stuff. But being cancer free is the best. So all the terrible side effects with it are just terrible side effects. So that's straight up. Terrible side effects are, first of all, the hair that you get after cancer treatment is the ugliest hair anyone could ever be born with. To me, if I can show you around, I don't know. If I did it, I'll put this off. Look at my hair. It is tight, dark, curly. It looks like Alice's hair from the Brady Bunch. And very unattractive. It's grayer, darker, coarser, and much tighter curls than anything I ever had before in my life. And that sucks, because my hair sucks, and hair is part of your identity. On the other hand, I'm glad I have hair. But, when you go through chemo and you're out of chemo, what I've learned is that your hair follicles get damaged, which is because they're fast-growing cells, and that's why your hair falls out, because chemo kills all fast-growing cells, so it kills your hair cells. And so your hair needs to sort of repair itself and get the poison out of the cells. So for a while, the first hair cells that kind of grow back are damaged from the chemo. And so the damaged hair cells grow out like this. Generally darker, generally coarser, generally curlier, and thicker than any hair you ever had before. So it's going to take a while. To me, that's kind of just a physical representation of the damage this is like an external representation of the damage that has been done internally. It's just growing out. It's just growing out like the damage, the internal body damage to my whole body has been growing out of my head, looking like this. So that's the first thing, is the chemo curls. Your whole body is different. I walked in, I'm weaker now, I'm heavier now, I can't do the exercises that I once could, and your body changes, you become a different person. So I don't have my period anymore. It just completely, it's like you walk in this way, you go through the loop of the disease, and then you walk out that way. Totally different, Heavier, I gained 25 pounds, my skin is a little bit, I think, more thrashed than it used to be. My hair is old and aged and trashed. Everything's a little more trashed than it was before you went in. But it's healing. It is healing. And I am so grateful not to have to wear a wig or a do-rag on my hair. So, for me, what I've been doing when I'm working on is trying to lose weight. I have actually, I know nobody can tell at all, because I asked people if they could tell, but I have actually been, can you see any muscle there? Can you see any muscle there? I had no muscle, none, zero. My muscles were wasted after chemo, absolutely wasted. A lifetime of exercise and my muscles were all gone after chemo. A lifetime of doing yoga and my muscles were wasted. I couldn't even do a chaturanga. I still can't do a lot of twists for various reasons. I'm still like just building myself back up. So I have been doing yoga pretty much daily, so I feel like my body is starting to change. Like, I can tell that my body is changing. I can tell my body's getting stronger. Like, I can feel the muscles in my body better than they were before. So that's a positive, because you're not any grosser. The grossest I feel like I've ever been in my life is now, you know, except for when I was in chemo, but then I was sick. So the grossest, healthiest I've ever been, the fattest, the worst hair. It's not a pretty time of life, and it, you know, and you gotta learn to accept that it's just not a pretty time of life after cancer. I mean, what can you do? You know, it's not time to be gorgeous. It's time to get healthy. So, yeah. So you gotta learn to accept that you are fatter, worse skin, worse hair, and then you gotta just sort of work really, 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 really hard to get back to any semblance of your old self. So I'm going to be, so this is me working on my journey, you know? This is me working on my journey to my old self, or to my new self. But I'm probably going to get off the phone, because I think I probably have to get to the doctor soon. It is my appointment time to see my shrink and get my meds. I don't think I'm going to get any new meds, because I don't need any. We just kind of talk about maintenance. So, until I see you again, tattoo you. I don't know why. I'm like so bad at this. Even when I used to do body things. There. Okay. Peace. Love and peace. That's a good angle. I have to walk around like this all day. Bye. So I'm in my therapy right now. I'm early. I was late, so now I'm early. They skipped me an hour. And so as part of the maintenance program, for my particular maintenance program, I don't know how everybody is, but for me, given all my traumas that I've had in my life with this disease, and just how to stay strong during it, all of this, they have given me a very amazing psychologist who I truly work with and learn from, and I truly believe is helping me improve my life back to normalcy, and an amazing psychiatrist who is her boss, my psychologist's boss, and kind of runs the whole department. And she is the one who maintains my medicines, because I take she regulates my psychological medicines. So I take a medicine called citalopram, which keeps me, I'm not a depressed person really that much. What I tend to have more is anxiety. I'm a high anxiety person, so I don't know, I guess the citalopram kind of just mellows me out, or keeps me able to get through like all the hard times that I've been going through, that I went through with the cancer. And then the other medicine it gives me is lorazepam, which is a kind of like a Xanax when I get into panic mode. So I generally take it like before a doctor's appointment, because I have a heightened sense of fear if I have to get a medical test. I have a heightened sense of fear if I need to know the results of my medical test. It's kind of like for those situations, or if for some reason some random thing can trigger me. Like one time a couple weird triggers, like I can explain. One time I was at the gym. No, I lost my eye to cancer. So one time I was at the gym and I was watching a video about Louis Braille at the gym while I was doing my cardio, and about his blindness, and it just triggered me an anxiety attack because I lost my eye to cancer and I have a blind eye. And so I got out of that one by just like doing really hard cardio until I left that kind of a panic attack mode. And sometimes it could be triggered by, I was traveling in China and the bedroom was so dark and I had a roommate, like my friend was with me, and I couldn't turn the light on. I got so triggered that I had to change hotel rooms and sit with the light on because I couldn't sit in the dark, because there's something about darkness and blindness that triggers an acute anxiety, like almost a PTSD response from losing my eye and the fear of blindness. It's a very bad trigger for me, so in situations like that, like doctor's appointments where I have to have a test, doctor's appointments where I have to get results, triggers that hit me, I do have lorazepam also. So she measures and controls that. So yeah, and then after this, I'm kind of tired. Oh, I'm tired this morning. I'm here late and now early. So that's kind of like what's happening now. My tattoo is so pretty now. I want to show you guys. I don't know if you can see it. It's a really bad angle from the phone. I have to turn my phone sideways. I don't know. I can't really get for some reason, I can't really get my tattoo on isn't that gorge? Finally fixed. On the phone that well. I'll explain the symbols and meanings in another video. I'm doing a sort of a tattoo video. So that's it. A lot of sick people out here. Not cute. A lot of people with bad hair like me. Not cute. A lot of people getting healthy and healed and surviving. Cute. So I will probably head it off now and go see what's up and try and make some phone calls, and I'll see you after therapy. Therapy is very important with cancer treatment. I recommend that you do it the whole time through it and afterwards, just like my hospital recommended for me. It's really important, especially in these crazy months after cancer. Okay? Bye.